Okay, this dream I had a while ago. It's a very interesting one. It starts up. It's basically the butterfly segment from Teletubbies, but it was very different. It started up with the same opening shots, and then there was like this one little boy. He looked like one of the kids from the Korean version of Barney and Friends, but yeah. He had like it was kind of similar to this one like Victorious episode where like Robbie brings his sister's pet butterfly to school and it like gets out of its cage and like flies into a cat's ear. This is similar to that. But basically this kid was in Teletubby Land. He was in the same spot where the Teletubbies do the original version of the jumping dance. But then like Riff showed up with Maggie and like Riff from Barney showed up with like Maggie and Galileo from Groundling Marsh, and he told them like he asked them if they could take care of his butterfly. So yeah, and then like Mud and Slinger were there, and then the butterfly got out of its cage and started flying all around Mud and Slinger, and then they started singing "Good Manners." And it was the season 1 version of the song, and they were singing in the same spot where the flowers cheer at the end of the original Four Happy Teletubbies segment. But yeah. And this one's Mandela effect involving the butterfly segment. I remember seeing this on TV maybe a few times. I could have sworn I've seen like many different versions of the ending. Like many times I've seen this, it something different happens afterwards. Like I know in the U.S. version of Music with Debbie 1, they go do they go do the bumping dance, and Baby Animals they do a TV event. In the original Tweet Tweet episode, they do a magical event. I could have sworn I've seen all those things happen. In fact, I could have sworn every single magical event I've seen take place after the segment. And yes, this includes the Lion and Bear and Lil Bo Peep. And more on the Lion and Bear later. Same thing with another segment where Lala's ball changes shapes and sizes. Like I remember like a bunch of different endings to this. Like sometimes I remember the baby son just giggled at the end. Sometimes I remember a magical event take place afterwards, and sometimes a TV event. Now I'm not really sure what to say about this. This one involving the Gentle Breeze music from this one game. It's this meme you hear in like some YouTube poops. Do 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 do. I've had dreams about like that music. It's pretty weird. Oh my god. I should do a video of that sometime, of just me dancing to that. This one is a weird memory I've had. I'm debating whether or not this was a dream, but I was watching like a Teletubbies episode after the TV event, which I think was Making Flowers. They did the Calypso dance, and it was the same version from Big Hug because I had the same opening shots, and it was the shortened version. But after the baby son giggled, it showed the footage from the UK version of Making Flowers, where the Teletubbies are in the figure 8 spot, and they see the windmill spinning. It was the normal windmill clip, but it played the second part of the magical event tune, and they said uh-oh and ran off, and they went to watch the magic tree. I thought this was a US version of Making Flowers, but apparently it does not have that. But yeah. Oh my god. So one a while ago, I was at Krispy Kreme. I saw like this big sign that looked almost like the windmill from Teletubbies, and I'm not sure why I have a weird memory of seeing that at Krispy Kreme when it used to be close by where I live. Nowadays, it's a bit far away from here. But yeah. This one dream I had a while ago. I was walking to my old summer preschool, which was torn down. But there, I saw the magic windmill. It was playing like the magical event tune, the first part. And yeah, apparently. And by the way, yes, these are stuff involving the magical events. This one dream I had, the Teletubbies were marching around the house. The windmill was like in the wrong spot. It was like in the spot where they do the second version of the jumping dance. Like it was not like where it usually is, like in the dance. It was like behind where the Teletubbies are. It was like right behind the trees, and like yeah. And while the Teletubbies were marching while the music was playing, the camera zoomed into the windmill, spinning with pink sparkles, similar to when that happens when they do the falling down dance sometimes. This one's involving the windmill's magical event tune. I could have sworn the cymbal sound was the same one from Blue's Clues when Steve finds a clue, but no. I actually don't remember ever hearing like the windmill's magical vent tune being slowed down. Sometimes, mostly in some U.S. episodes, the windmill's magical vent tune will be slowed down. But like I don't remember some episodes having that. I don't remember any at all. Actually, but like apparently a lot of them do have that happen. I was like, wow, it's so weird. But yeah. Actually, I remember when like Numbers 8 got uploaded on YouTube many years ago. I could have sworn it did have the slow version of the magical event tune, but it did not. This one's like a weird memory involving the episode's bell ringing and how things swim. I remember when like the closing scenes were uploaded on YouTube in a different language. I could have sworn they did a magical event after those scenes, but they did not. I think I remember how things swim. The magical event started with the bird's eye view windmill clip, and then Teletubbies come out of the house, and then the windmill starts spinning for a magical event. I think they went to watch Three Ships. I'm not sure. Okay, this one's just a rumor I'd like to mention, but, like, I'm not sure, but sounds pretty weird. I remember on the Teletubbies Wiki a long time ago, there was a rumor saying that earlier copies of the Funny Day video had the lion and bear in it. Now, I know that's fake, but, like, I kind of remember something like that, but I'm not sure. And this next one's involving the lion and bear. I could have sworn I've seen the lion and bear on TV when I was little. Apparently, PBS refused to show the lion and bear because it was way too scary. If that's the case, how do I remember seeing that? I'm like the only person in the United States that remembers seeing that. But yeah. Oh my god, does anyone else here from America remember that? Like, oh my god. Wow. I think the lion and bear remained the same. I think, like, the voices were the same, unlike the Magic House. I think it was kind of similar to Lil Bo Peep. But yeah. Okay, this one, a while ago, I heard, like, the UK versions of the Lion and Bear episodes. I remember hearing, like, later reruns, they replaced it with the edited version, or maybe the Magic House, but apparently that's not true. They remain the same, or either that, or they did not air on TV at all. But I'm not sure. I might remember something like that. And this one's involving Lil Bo Peep. I did mention earlier, I could have sworn I've seen the Butterfly segment taking place before Lil Bo Peep. And I did find out, apparently there's another US dubbed Teletubbies episode with the Lil Bo Peep event. I'm not sure what episode it is, but, like, wow. But I do kind of remember something like that. I'm not sure. Okay, this one dream I had was pretty weird. I was, like, watching, like, a Teletubbies episode on YouTube. It was basically, like, started with the scene from, feeding sheep in the winter, where the Teletubbies couldn't decide if they should have Tubby Toast or Tubby Custard. So they went outside and did the bumping dance. These two scenes were uploaded on YouTube around the same time in a different language, but something was off. When they did the bumping dance, the music was different, and the windmill spinning sound was heard throughout the entire dance. And then, like, the Teletubbies saw the windmill spinning, like, at the end of the dance, unlike in the original episode where they just went inside the house. Basically, like, around this time, I also saw the Teletubbies seeing the windmill spinning at the end of the dance on Sprout on Demand. So, yeah. And then I went to watch a TV event. I think it was Longhorns, because that episode was uploaded around the same time as well. And then after that, the rest of the episode played like Longhorns. The Teletubbies come outside to see the windmill spinning. for a magical event, and it's Lobo Peep. But when Lobo Peep lands on the ground, you hear a beeping sound, and you hear someone saying WTF, and you see Big Boom. Yes, Lobo Peep WTF Boom. I would hate to see a recreation of this dream. But yeah. Oh my god, that frightened me when I was little. That actually scared me when I had that dream. But yeah. I think I remember that was around the time when I saw YouTube Poop where the WTF Boom joke was used. It was called, I think it's called Toys Gone Wild. It's a YouTube Poop with Toy Story. It's very inappropriate, but also very funny. But yeah. I could have sworn they did the Animal Parade in Magical Surprises, but they did not. I could have sworn the... Okay, this one's weird. 2 US dubbed Teletubbies episodes I found out have this happen, but basically, I could have sworn there's not a single US episode where this happened. In some episodes, when the Animal Parade is about to begin, the elephant's trumpet that's usually heard at the beginning is not heard. It's very similar to the Magic House, when the Magic House starts. Yeah, and there's no music at all. But yeah, I could have sworn all US dubbed episodes had the elephant's trumpet, but there's 2 of them that do not. Hand shapes, turkey, and animal rhythms. Yeah, just had to be those 2 episodes. I mean, those 2 episodes, the original UK version did have the Animal Parade, and neither one of them had that happen. Another thing, actually, is that some US episodes, when the elephant's trumpet is heard, the windmill whooshing sound is heard at the same time. But I only remember that happening like 1 episode. I could have sworn it was Carnival, but it did not have that happen. But yeah. This one is involving the Magic House. I could have sworn they actually did play music when the Teletubbies are listening for noise, but they did not. I also could have sworn the Teletubbies giggling from the magic tree is used, but no. Okay, this one's involved in the episode Hey Diddle Diddle. I could have sworn there was a US version of this episode. Apparently, I remember hearing rumors about it. Apparently had the Magic House, the top right window version at the end, as well as the Twisty Dance. But apparently I found out that was fake. But I'm not sure, I might remember something like that. This one's involved in the episode Dog Kennel. I could have sworn this had the bottom left window version of the Magic House, but it did not. This one's involving the Magic House as well. I could have sworn, like, some, like, foreign versions of the Teletubbies show had, like, the US voice for the Magic House, from the US version. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, da! Yeah, that voice. Yeah, I could have sworn some foreign language versions had that, but it was only in the US version. I actually heard a rumor that the Sweden, like, the Swedish and Canadian versions of the show had that, but no. They did not. I remember hearing, like, before the episode Chicks got uploaded, I heard it had the Dancing Bear dancing twice. It had some much different segments. But then I saw the episode in, like, a different language. I think it was Lithuanian. And they did not have that happen. But yeah. I don't know, I kind of remember seeing something like that. But yeah. This one's involving making mosaics. I could have sworn this had the magic tree in the middle of the episode. And no, I'm not thinking of the US version of this episode, when it was a 15-minute episode paired with the Teletubbies Everywhere episode called Flower Festival. But yeah. I also could have sworn it had the splashing dance at the end, but it did not. And I remember hearing a while ago, Clogs had, like, either the magic tree or 3 ships in it instead of the dancing bear. I thought Clogs meant, like, something out of, like, clogging, like, the sink or something. Because, like, in 3 ships, when the water disappears, it sounds like water going down the sink. I did hear rumors that had the magic tree, but it did not. But I don't know, I could have sworn it did have both of these events, but I'm not sure. I could have sworn the 3 ships was in the episode Bagels, but apparently it did not have that event, and I was like, weirded out. Okay, this one, I was in my high school, I was in, like, the stairway, and, like, at various times, I see, like, the windmill sparkles surrounding my face, and then, like, there's water everywhere, kind of like in Three Ships. But yeah, it's pretty weird. But that's it for now.